What if I told you that everything we've been waiting for, the open mainnet, KYC migrations, spending Pi in the real world is finally happening, but not quite the way everyone hoped. Yes, the Pi network has crossed into a new chapter. Mining is over. The open network is live. People are buying stuff, trading tokens, building apps, and dreaming big. But here's the catch. Something feels off. Price dips. Insider selling. No Binance yet. Pi is moving forward, but is it really becoming the real deal, or is it just looking like it is? In this video, we're diving deep into that burning question everyone is asking right now. Is Pi Network finally turning into a real, functional, widely used cryptocurrency, or is it still riding on dreams and hype? So, here's a quick question for you. Do you personally think Pi Network will ever be used like Bitcoin or Ethereum on a global scale? Or do you feel it's stuck as a community coin forever? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't caught up on our previous videos covering Pi Network's mainnet launch, new features, and the latest ecosystem updates, check out the playlist in the description below. Also, if you believe in Pi Network's future, drop Pi Network to the moon, along with your country in the comments right now. Don't forget to like this video, share it with every pioneer you know, and hit that subscribe button to support our journey to bring you daily updates on Pi Network. Join our Telegram group and Facebook page to stay connected with the Pi community around the world. And as always, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and not financial advice of any kind. Let's get started. Let's rewind for just a second. For years, we tapped our phones daily, we talked about Pi going to the moon, and we watched the core team quietly build in the background. Finally, the open mainnet launched. No more testnet simulations, no more closed ecosystem excuses. Pioneers can now migrate their Pi, interact with dApps, and even spend Pi in real stores and online marketplaces. So, this is it, right? This is the moment Pi Network becomes a real cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Well, not so fast. What we're seeing is something a little more complicated. Pi Network isn't just switching overnight from a speculative token to a fully accepted currency, it's transitioning. And that transition comes with growing pains. Yes, some people are buying groceries with Pi, others are paying for coffee, clothes, and even cars. In South Korea alone, hundreds of businesses now accept Pi directly. In the US, a few real estate brokers and car dealers are even closing deals in pure Pi. During the last Pi Fest, over 100,000 merchants globally joined the movement. Those are real signs of utility. But here's where the tension kicks in. While the usage is growing in small circles, the speculative energy around Pi is still overpowering. Most people aren't holding Pi to buy bread or lunch. They're holding it or trading it, hoping for price jumps. And this isn't surprising when you look at the numbers. After listing on exchanges like HTX and XT.com in February, Pi's price jumped near $3. Then, it fell, hard. As of now, it's hovering under $1, and that volatility has got a lot of people scratching their heads. Why the dump? The answer lies partly in tokenomics. The Pi network is unlocking huge amounts of tokens every month. In May alone, over 110 million Pi coins were released. Over the next year, more than 1.4 billion are scheduled to hit the market. That kind of supply flood naturally pressures the price downward, especially when the demand is still being built up. Even worse, there are whispers and screenshots of whales and insiders selling Pi on open markets. This raises concerns about fairness, especially from long-term pioneers who've been holding on to their mined coins, expecting big value someday. These quiet sell-offs damage trust. If the team or early investors are dumping coins without transparency, how can everyday users believe the price will hold? And that's not even the whole picture. Let's talk about exchanges. Yes, Pi is listed on a few platforms now, but not the big ones. Binance? Not yet. Coinbase? Not even close. Kraken, KuCoin, OKX, or Bybit? Still waiting. That's a major roadblock. Without Tier 1 exchange listings, liquidity remains low, and confidence stays shaky. Binance even hinted at the need for more transparency from the Pi core team before it will consider listing the token. That's a red flag, especially if we want mass adoption. And let's not forget the regulators. Authorities in Malaysia and the Philippines have flagged Pi Network for operating without proper licenses. The Chinese police have even advised people not to buy or sell Pi, calling it risky and speculative. All of this puts a serious damper on the dream of global usage. You can't build a widely accepted currency in a climate full of red tape and warnings. Now don't get it twisted, there's a lot of good happening behind the scenes. The core team just launched Pi Network Ventures, a $100 million fund dedicated to supporting dApps and startups in the Pi ecosystem. That means there's serious capital ready to push utility forward. Developers are finally building apps that don't just mimic Web 2 services, but use the Pi token directly. From gaming to education to decentralized finance, there's a slow but steady emergence of real use cases. The dApp ecosystem is still young, but it's there. You can now interact with real blockchain applications that require Pi to function. Plus, a new smart contract layer is coming, Pi-Fi, which could unlock DeFi opportunities and even NFT markets using Pi. If developers get the tools they need and if users actually start interacting with these apps, Pi's value proposition will get a serious upgrade. So, is it enough? Right now, Pi is in limbo. It has a massive user base, a working mainnet, and early real-world use, but still faces big challenges. Price swings, regulatory issues, no top-tier exchange listings, and lingering KYC delays. Millions remain stuck with locked coins, and frustration is growing. The core team promises improvements, but coming soon is starting to lose meaning. In short, Pi is still in transition. Pi Network is no longer just hype. It's not just an app, it's not just a future dream, it's a work in progress, a developing digital economy that's still finding its legs. You can now use Pi in ways that weren't possible a year ago. That's real. But the road to becoming a widely accepted, stable, trusted global currency is still long and bumpy. Will Pi get there? That depends on execution. The next 6 to 12 months will be critical. The unlock schedule will test the token's stability. KYC and migration rates will determine community confidence. Developer support and dApp engagement will reveal whether Pi is more than a wallet balance. And regulatory breakthroughs, or lack thereof, will decide if Pi can truly go mainstream. For now, Pi is walking a tightrope between speculation and utility. Some are cashing out, others are building, many are just waiting. But one thing's for sure, the dream is still alive. The question is, will the reality catch up? So, there you have it. Pi Network is definitely moving forward, but it's not a clean leap into mass adoption just yet. We're seeing sparks of real-world utility, yes, but we're also seeing growing pains, volatility, and unanswered questions. The open mainnet changed the game, but it didn't finish it. This is still a journey, and whether Pi becomes the currency of the future or stays a speculative experiment depends on what happens next. If you found this breakdown helpful, go ahead and smash that like button, share it with every Pi pioneer you know, and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything Pi Network, from Pi price updates and Binance rumors to KYC fixes and ecosystem growth. It really helps the channel grow and keeps us motivated to bring you more every single day. Now let me ask you, do you believe Pi Network will reach full global adoption, or is it destined to stay a niche community coin? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you've got any questions or opinions, don't hold back. Leave them down there too. We always read through and respond. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.